Hi, today I'm going to show you a whole new way to look at sharpening your saw, which is actually the seventh habit in the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Now, I truly believe that if Stephen Covey was still alive, he would say that if you really want to embody the seventh habit, then you need to go and play the YourDay Balance Game. My name is Saint Day Adioba, and I'm the architect of the YourDay Balance Game, also known as the YDBG. You see, the YDBG is a health and fitness game inspired by love, accountability, and balance. And we use this game to heal codependency and free from all those addictions that hold you and trap you from experiencing life fully. Now, if you're someone who's feeling used up, underappreciated, and unsuccessful in your closest intimate relationships, then you're probably dealing with codependency, and you're going to love the seventh habit because sharpening your saw is one of the key elements to begin to heal codependency. 25 years ago, when I started studying the 7 habits, I landed on that seventh habit called sharpen your saw, and I thought to myself, wow, there's a lot of truth in this. At the same time, when I'd go and meditate on it, I couldn't remember it. So every time I came back, I'm like, okay, now which one am I doing or I'm not doing? And it just wouldn't stick. Then finally I looked closer and I was like, hold on. If I rep the social will, will the emotional will take care of itself? Because those two are back to back. And I thought to myself, that doesn't quite connect to the experiences that I've had in life. So I really meditated on that and I said, what is a more powerful way I can look at this so I remember it and it really connects to those dots, those experiences I have in life, and eventually it became clear. So I'm going to show you a whole new way to understand sharpening your saw, and it's going to be through the YourDay Balance Game lens. In the YourDay Balance Game, one of our cornerstone beliefs is your body's vehicle, life is the road, health and fitness is the performance lab. And right now I want you to focus on your body's vehicle. So in this game we call it your body vehicle. Now you see your body vehicle has 5 wheels and a linchpin. Now when you look at it from this lens, things will start connecting a lot more effectively than previously because your body is a vehicle that takes your spirit through the road of life. And that's the idea of this philosophy. Now the name of the game is how do I balance out each wheel and align it using a linchpin so that when I pick a speed, my car is calm, centered, and powerful, and I can reach full speeds, any speed I want. But if one wheel is flat, only one wheel, then I guarantee as you pick up speed, fear starts building. And this is what happens in life too, unbeknownst to your conscious mind. If you don't balance out the wheels and align them, at best you're going to be having a bumpy ride and not even know it. So let's take a look at your 5 wheels and a linchpin. Your front left wheel is your spiritual wheel. Then you have your mental wheel, which is your steering wheel. Then the right front is your social wheel. Your back left is your physical wheel, and your right rear is your emotional wheel. Now, your linchpin is called your sexual energy. It's not a wheel, but it's a linchpin. And a linchpin is a vital component of any system that is essential for it to keep operating, that if you remove it, everything tumbles. A lot of people don't understand what sexual energy is at the root level. We call it the principle level. Most of us understand sexual energy at a value-based level, the values that we're taught from our society, our school, our culture, from porno, our friends, and maybe our parents. However, when you start really understanding sexual energy at a root level, you realize that it's a linchpin and it actually connects all the wheels. Because from a principle perspective, sexual energy is just a dance between the masculine and the feminine, and that exists in every one of the 5 wheels. So in each one of these wheels, we're going to look at it from 2 ways. One is a linchpin, and the other one is health and fitness. The linchpin is what's going to help us keep it in harmony, and the health and fitness is going to keep it in balance. And balance and harmony creates that sustainable life. So the linchpin when it comes to your spiritual wheel is the masculine and feminine dance. Your spiritual wheel has a linchpin, and that's the dance between the prayer and meditation. Some people, all they do is pray, and some people, all they do is meditate, and they don't get the two dancing harmoniously, which is the essence of life. If we look at those wheels from health and fitness, then you want to think of in terms of how do I heal spiritually? How do I let go of a lot of beliefs that the world has taught me about the universe and God that no longer serve me and conflict? That's where healing comes in. It's a letting go. It's a cleansing. You let go of beliefs that are no longer true to you because you evolved, you increase your awareness, and you allow those beliefs that really still connect to thrive, to take over and really become strong in your life. Now let's jump into what it is to exercise the spiritual will, because we're looking at it from health and fitness is exercise. In the spiritual will, the exercise is exercising the masculine and feminine. You want to exercise a prayer and exercise meditation and do it over and over again until you become very powerful in the fitness side of the spiritual wheel. As we move to the mental wheel, let's take a look at the linchpin first, the dance between the masculine and feminine. In the mental wheel, the masculine is the conscious mind and the feminine is the subconscious mind. And you got to learn how to use both to create your reality because you're using both either way. Your conscious mind plants seeds and they grow in your subconscious mind, unbeknownst to most people. Now, your subconscious mind doesn't matter what you plant. If you plant weeds, it's going to grow it. If you plant seeds, it's going to grow it. So you always want to pay attention to planting more seeds than weeds. So the way it works is you take those seeds and you plant in your subconscious mind and you water it and weed it until it grows in its own time, not your time. So now in the mental world, let's look at it in terms of health and fitness. Health means healing. So you want to think about, how do I heal mentally? There's a lot of toxic beliefs you have that you got to let go of in order to heal mentally. So as far as fitness is concerned, how do you exercise the mental? Get into very challenging conversations where your mind has to expand and grow. Learn a new language. All these things can start sharpening your mind and get it to expand until it stays sharp and acute. Let's move on to social. The linchpin for social, the dance between the masculine and feminine, is leader, follower. Masculine is a leader. Figure out how you can lead in your life. Where are you leading? Where can you take lead and be socially proactive and powerful? And then feminine is follower. It's a very feminine move. Pay attention to where you can follow in life. You don't always want to be a leader. You don't always want to be a follower. Learn that balance and you'll go the longest and you'll be the most humble. Now let's look at the social world through the health and fitness lens. Once again, health is healing. So how do I heal socially? Well, there's some toxic people in your life, right now that you got to surrender and let go of. You can still love them, but you don't want to be spending as much time around them because they're very toxic. Every time they come around you, toxicity. Also look at your career. Maybe where you work is very toxic and you're around there every day for hours and hours, toxifying your whole system. Pay attention to those people in your life that are toxic and let them go. Reduce the amount of exposure you have to them and allow your body to heal from toxic social behaviors. So let's look at your left rear wheel, which is the physical, from a linchpin perspective and then a health and fitness perspective. From a linchpin perspective, the dance between masculine and feminine, the masculine is what's called strength training. In physical, you can do a lot of things like plyometric strength training, and that's the way to go at the physicality from a masculine perspective. Then you have things like yoga. Yoga is very much a more of a yin perspective. Stretching, all those are physical, but they're more yin than masculine. Both are essential to keep that harmony in the physical. And if you just do one without the other, you lose that alignment, that harmony. Now let's take a look at the health and fitness of your physical will. Once again, health is healing and fitness is movement or exercise. So how do you heal physically? Well, first of all, cleansing. There's many different ways to cleanse that help you heal physically. Also, getting some deep rest. Deep rest is essential to healing physically as well. As far as fitness is concerned, once again, you can exercise the masculine and feminine, and both of those are forms of fitness, whether it's stretching or strength training or yoga or plyometrics. All those are movements and ways to exercise and put that body into action or fitness. Let's talk about the emotional world from a linchpin perspective. Once again, the dance between the masculine and feminine. Courage is a very masculine energy, and compassion is very feminine. So when you balance that courage and compassion, it creates such an amazing synergy that I'm moving through life more effectively when it comes to the linchpin of the emotions. Then let's look at the emotions through health and fitness. Health, once again, is healing. Fitness is moving. So how do I heal emotionally? There are many ways, so I'm going to name a few. One is a journal dump, to write things down, get those emotions down on a piece of paper and release it. Sometimes you can burn the piece of paper. Also, another way to heal emotionally is learn how to recontextualize the judgments that you've given your life and your experiences. So it takes a lot of recontextualizing, seeing it from a more powerful lens, and that's what we invite you to do with this game, is take a more powerful lens and put it back in your experiences. Now you create new meaning that are connected, and you let go of that old meaning that disconnects you and has you feeling judgmental about who you are and everything you've done. And finally, emotional fitness is like affirmations. It's empowering thoughts, empowering messages, listening to the things that empower you. All these things can get your emotions up, moving your body. Remember, every one of these wheels are interconnected. However, keep in mind that those two back wheels, the physical and emotional, there's a tie rod between those two. And remember, anything that happens through your physical always has to go through your emotional. Those are directly tied into each other. Whereas the other ones are more interdependent. Those are very dependent on each other. And then the spiritual, the mental, the social, those are all interdependent. So that just gives you a basic level of the body vehicle and how it all ties together to start creating this performance vehicle that can move through life more effectively, deal with the elements of life, counterbalance the potholes, the rains, the traffic, and really enjoy this ride called your experience. So I pray that's giving you some insight into your life. And if it's empowered you in the least bit, subscribe and click to learn more, and I'll see you in the game.